What is your mind focused on today? It's an automatic. You've been thinking and focused on something, whether you're aware of it or not. So, the past 3 hours, what has been the theme of your thoughts? Have they been positive, goal oriented, exciting, or worried, frustrated? And it doesn't matter which side of the fence you are on. Let's get you on the right fence, the right side. So take a deep breath. Becoming aware of where you're sending your energy, the theme of what you're working on, whether it's positive or negative. A lot of people have fear-based energy and they fuel it daily. A lot of people are dwellers. Again, they fuel that daily. And there are quite a few people that focus on the positives, that have goals in mind, that are thinking about what they're creating, and that in itself is positive energy. You can't be on both sides of the fence. And if you tend to worry, tend to dwell, really what it is a learned behavior. I remember one of my grandmothers. She dwelled on everything. So, of course, my mom did. And, of course, she gifted us that. But I've done a lot of work. And I know dwelling on something is not going to fix anything. Thinking about it differently is going to get me somewhere. If it's my business, then I want to keep rewriting my story until it's where I want it to be. If I'm dwelling on somebody else's story, I actually want to cut those cords and stop when it's not my story. I'm Diane, Healing Bodies, Healing Souls. I'm an energy healer. And when we focus on the negative, it drops our energy down. It literally does. When we think about the positive, it raises our energy up. And I'm not saying that for 24/7 that you can just be positive. But when you are negative, for you to shift over and make it positive. That's where success is driven. In the positive, of course. That's when you can change the trajectory of your life into where you want to go, where the end result is where you actually want to show up. It's called a lot of things, but we're just remapping right now. And dwelling isn't going to get me anywhere, and worry isn't going to serve anything. And I can start rewiring my mind, my thoughts, my energy to start finding those little pluses, and I could get somewhere. That's a no-brainer. I'm going to do that. Now, if I was teaching you basketball, 100 throws to the net, you may only get 35. But each time you're getting better. So with your thinking, out of 100 different times that you catch yourself, and you're doing 35% good, you are changing. Because you're probably much less before then. And that's really what I want for people, especially with children. Especially with children. I've been doing a lot of posts on how humans, people, are just flat out of control, negative, entitled, screaming, yelling, throwing fits, the Karens. It had to have been some point in their childhood where it was a learned trait to be able to talk that way, to be able to act out that way, for them to hit that high of level, they started almost at birth. Can they change? Absolutely. So what it really is that I'm helping you break your automatics that you probably were gifted between the ages of 7 down, so you can be more enlightened, be more conscious, and to be able to live outside of your family's lineage, to gift your children more, to me is why we have today. If you've been thinking about getting support, help, healings, new downgrades, downloads of information to redesign your map of reality, all my sessions are on Zoom. And if we had a session right now, I would tell you to take a couple deep breaths. And I'd ask you if you had any goals. And I'd ask for 3 to 5 goals that you have. A lot of people don't. And then I'm going to ask you to pick 1 or 2 that we know that we can do, and that's not going to take much more effort. Because what I want to do is I want to build up your success. Same thing as the gym. If you wanted to curl 25 pounds and I look at you and I'm like, hey, let's start out at 10 so you can be successful. And then we'll go to 12 to 15 and up. My job is to get you to understand you are successful even today. When you get your mind wrapped around where you are, where you want to go, and what fuel is going to be needed to get you there. And I'll throw down a lot of money on this bet. It will be positive energy. So please subscribe. My goal is to give you some wisdom and insight so you can show up and grow up and get more of what you want. That's in health, that's in happiness, that's in love, that's in abundance. It's also in a lot of self-esteem. I want you to be able to show up, stand in the middle of any room, and enjoy who you are. So again, please subscribe, like, comments are absolutely beautiful.